Hi everyone, it's Nat here. I hope that you're well. I'm really excited and quite honoured actually to have been asked to come and share with you guys some of my best retailing tips. I've been a very proud forever business owner since 2013, and in fact when I got started with my business, the only thing that I thought I would do with Forever is retail the products. I didn't understand the concept of time leverage. I didn't understand the concept of duplication and having a team. So for about the first 6 months of my business, I started to work on retailing the products, and I still love retailing the products to this day, even as a Sapphire manager all the way down the line. The reason that I love retailing the products and doing retail income producing activities is because I know now that retailing and recruitment really require the same skills. It's just talking to people, it's putting yourself out there, it's learning how to ask questions and listening to the answers. And it's all really about building relationships. That is the business that we are in. If you would have asked me this 6 years ago when I started, did I have those skills then? Absolutely not. But what I found is that skills can be learned. So if there's something right now, if something comes up in this webinar that you think, I'm not sure if I could do that, that's the one thing that I want you to focus on, because it's only when you get out of your comfort zone and start to do things in slightly different ways, doing things that make you feel uncomfortable, that's 100% where the magic happens. I always try to aim to retail between 8 and 10 case credits a month, because as a manager, that's about £1,000 extra profit for me. One of the other things that I love about retailing is it makes me feel in charge, and I like to be in charge. What I mean by that is that when you're recruiting people and you're bringing them into the business, sometimes you're having to motivate people and it can be quite exhausting at times, whereas when you're retailing, you're in charge of that retail income and you're motivating yourself. Something that I'm really big on as being a leader in my team, in my country, is to always lead from the front. So whatever I do, I share with my team, and all I can do is hope that they follow me. And that is really all we can do, isn't it, as network marketers, is we lead from the front and some people will follow. I'm going to give you some really of my key tips today. And all I ask for you guys is that you try something new, because that is honestly where the magic happens. It really is. So what I've learned over the years in business is that about 90% of my team will only ever retail. They only ever want to retail. So it's important that we learn these skills. Even if you want to become an Eagle manager and a chairman's bonus qualifier, it's important that you're learning the basics, that you're doing the basics, because I really do believe if your team see you doing them, then they will duplicate it out. What I've learned, as I said, is when I'm retailing, I'm not just looking at someone as a retail customer, I'm building a relationship with them. So it's really important to understand having good retail yourself will mean that you're going to have happy team members, because let's face it, we didn't join the business, did we, for case credits? We joined to make money. So really, whatever you learn today, I want you to duplicate that down to your team, because when they start to make money, your team will be happy and they will stay. Obviously, having good retail sales means you're going to have good customer care, which means you're going to have good customers. Happy customers will be an advocate for your business. Happy customers maybe will become team members, and happy customers will also refer you on to other people. So it's a totally priceless activity to get yourself out there and start finding some retail customers. And obviously this is going to lead into another part of your business, which is retention. If your team are happy, they stay. If your customers are happy, they stay. And what it has ended up for me over the last 6 years is having a stable business. I've got a stable income, and it doesn't take up my whole entire life. What I found is that with Forever, if you work in the bits of time that suit your life, it will give you the freedom to actually enjoy your friends, your family, and doing all of the things that create a happy, healthy life. So all of the things that I'm going to show you just now can be done in small pockets of time, but have a really good return. And that's what business should be. So if you're looking at retail at the moment and maybe you're thinking it's not my strong point, I'm not really good at it. Forget that whole mindset. Start again, start something new today. And what you'll find is that your retailing activities feed everything. They feed your pipeline for your business. Often people come to me and say, Nat, I've contacted my who do you know list. I've asked everyone about the business. I've asked everyone about the products, which is crazy because that's never ever going to be the case. Yes, if you're sitting at home and working your business on your own from your mobile phone, and that's what I found, you know, over the years, you will contact a lot of the people who you know. So now it's maybe about time to go out and meet some new people. You know, finding new people is simple. It really, really is, but only if you're willing to fail, only if you're willing to get out of your comfort zone and just go out there and do it. So retail activities are going to feed every single part of your business. You must understand that. It's going to feed your who do you know list. It's going to feed your pipeline for people joining your business. And one thing that I love about Forever, actually it's probably the main thing that I love, is every day I wake up and I think, who am I going to meet today? Because you just never know. Today could be the day that you meet your next diamond manager. So let's have a little look at some of the income producing activities when it comes to retailing. Here's a list. This is a short list. The list could go on and on and on. There's lots of different ways of actually showing the products, but these are the kind of main ones that most of us know. Now, what I find when I look at this, and when I look at this, try and look at it in the eyes of a new person, it can be quite overwhelming. You know, sometimes there is almost so many things that we can do that it's really quite difficult for people to focus. And when people don't have a focus, the months fly by. The months just fly by. And because we don't have a boss in Forever, there's never going to be anyone on your case. It's really easy for the months to fly by and be unproductive. So what I found works for me is to find in my month, as I look at the start of the month, what 3 retailing income producing activities am I going to focus on this month? Because you don't have to be an expert at everything. You find what works and you focus on it. And if you're consistent and repetitive with it, you'll always, always find success. So for me, my 3 main focuses this month, the first one is doing a C9 and blogging about it. Now the C9, at this time of the year for me in Scotland, the schools have gone back after the summer holidays. Most people have overindulged, myself included. So I always make this time of year my focus to do a C9 and talk about the C9. I've sold lots and lots of C9s this month just doing that. So I will continue with that throughout the rest of the month. I'm also focusing on trial customers, which is the one along the bottom here. And again, I'm going to show you how to find trial customers every single month. For me, looking at finding trial customers, as we call them, is a foolproof way that people who are a little bit more longer in the business, like me, 6 years, I can do this, as well as a brand new person can do it on day one of their business, before their Start Your Journey box has even arrived. And I think to have little pieces of advice like this hopefully will go a long way for you. The other thing that I'm focusing on this year, not just this month, but this year, since the start of 2019, I dared myself, basically, or I challenged myself to say, okay, Nat, you're going to have to get out there, get away from being behind social media, get out there in front of people and show your face, you know, show up for people. And that's what I'm doing in the form of aloe bars this year. And that's what I'm going to focus on telling you about just now. Because for me, they have been absolutely incredible. So an aloe bar is slightly different to maybe doing a tabletop event or, you know, like a fair. The reason for that is because you're focusing solely on aloe vera. It's just an aloe vera bar. The reason that I am focusing on these this year totally, and maybe for the next couple of years, I'll do it until, you know, a new idea comes up, is that they're really simple to do. Anyone can do them literally from day one. As long as they've got their Start Your Journey box, they can start to do these straight away. They're really duplicatable, as you're about to find out. I'm going to give you the who, what, where, whys of aloe bars. And again, you just duplicate this straight back to your team. They're cost effective because you don't have to spend a lot of money. As you can see, this is mine last week. I don't have anything fancy on my table. I don't even have the tablecloth. I don't have the pop-up signage behind me. Now, the reason I'm doing it that way, now I have all of these things, I do own them, but the reason I'm making it look really simple is because it is, and because I want other people to look at it and go, I could do that. You know, this is something that I could do. They're time effective because I don't have to be standing there all day. I'm really only there for 2-3 hours max. They are actually fun. That is something that I would have denied at the start of the year, but since I've started to do them, have a bit of fun with it. Don't take yourself so seriously. If people say no to you, just, you know, thank them, keep smiling. I've never ever done an aloe bar this year that I've regretted. I do wake up some mornings and think, oh, here we go again. I've got to go and do this aloe bar. What if everyone ignores me? I do think that because I'm human. We're all the same. We all have these doubts and insecurities, but I've never ever left an aloe bar and thought, I wish I didn't do that, because I always get something out of it. I always leave thinking it was actually quite good fun. And they're profitable as well. My aim when I go to an aloe bar isn't just to connect with people, it's to make money. So I actually go with stock. I'm going to tell you all about that in a second. I go with about 3 or 4 tri-packs of gel, and I don't leave with them. I make sure that I sell these products while I'm there, and I come home with cash in my back pocket. Now for me, that's great because extra money helps all the time if you've got a family of 5 like I do. But it also means that I can go onto my team page and show them the cash and say, look what I earned in the last 2 hours. Why are you not doing an aloe bar? And I think as you start to do these things and you start to share it with your teams, it becomes addictive. It really, really does. So I'm trying to get as many aloe bars as I can now, just because I know that they work, and that every single person in the team can do it. So if you've never done an aloe bar before, here, as I said, is an example of what mine look like. The simplest of the simple, the little tray with the 3 samples of aloe in. It's just a little plastic tray. I normally have some ice in it to keep the aloe as cooled as possible. The aloes that I have open, that you can see there, are just the ones from my fridge. So I take them out of the fridge and I take them with me, and they go back in the fridge when I'm gone. And the reason for that is because remember that your team members might not have a lot of money to be buying stock at the moment. They might be very short in cash. I was when I started my business, and that's why I'm always trying to make everything as cost effective for people as possible. So we all have aloe in our fridge, or at least I hope we do. Take that with you. You're not going to be giving out full shots of aloe. It's just a little taster so that people can try it. But when it comes to where are these aloe bars going to be, really you need to think about your who do you know list. That's your first port of call, is where can they be? Who do you know who owns a local business? Who do you know who could help you out? This is why we always start with this list. It's really, really important. They're not always going to be people that will join your business, but there are people who have contacts. So a lot of mine, when I do my aloe bars, are local businesses. The reason for that I don't travel too far with them is because it needs to be time effective. You know, I'm a mum, I'm busy, I've got lots of things to do. So I try and keep them as local as I can. And what that is doing, what that has done over the last 8 months, is it's built a local kind of reputation for me. People know me now. I can walk down the local street and people will say, oh, hello, how are you? People recognize you. And I really want that. You know, I want to be recognized as a local business person. I have mine in gyms. I have one in the local library every single Tuesday. I've got one in a local supermarket, which is a kind of Chinese supermarket, very, very health orientated. I also have them at local events. So I want you to have a little think about this today. Whenever you're watching this, make some time tonight to go home and look at your list. And start to contact people and say to them, I'm looking for a little bit of help. I know that you work in the gym down the road, or I know that you work in an office. Would you be able to give me the number of someone who I can contact about doing an aloe bar? And this I wanted to show you as well. As much as your who do you know list is great, for things like this is a local phone book, I guess. It just came through the door. We get one every 6 months. I'm guessing that you'll have these in your local area. It gives me the name and address and phone number of every single local business in my town. So as well as I have my who do you know list, I also have the phone book, because this just makes it simple for me. I can call up and ask them if I would be able to come in and speak to someone. The first thing to do is, what I found with experience with this is, if you were to send these local businesses an email, it's very easy for them to ignore you. So what I always try and do is just appear. I just like to pop in. Obviously, to make it more time effective for yourself, you are better to call in advance and say, I'm just calling to make sure that the manager's in today or the owner's in today. If they're not in, obviously you can say, well, can you tell me when they will be back? Can you tell me when they'll be in? I'd love to pop in. I'm a local business owner. I just want to go through some ways of how we could possibly help each other out. That's really all that I say on the phone. When I actually make the appointment to go in and meet with the manager or the owner, I think it really is knowing about being confident, going in with a purpose, with an intention, and actually knowing what it is to say, knowing the right words to say. So a couple of months ago, I would go in and say, and this was because it was new to me a couple of months ago, it's all about trial and error. I would go into these buildings and say, hi, my name's Natalie, I spoke to you on the phone. I'm a local business owner. I work alongside an aloe vera company. And I sell aloe vera products, health products. I'd love to come in and show my products to your clients. Now, what that means to the owner or the manager of this business is that I am trying to make money from his clientele. Now, obviously I am, I'm there to share my products, of course I am. But what happens is these people don't know you, remember. Sometimes they don't know you at all if they're out with your who do you know list. I think it's better to come across as in you're there to share the benefits of the aloe vera. So when I go in and speak to them now, I just say, hi, it's lovely to meet you. I spoke to you on the phone. My name's Nat. I'm a local business owner. I work alongside an aloe vera company, and I'd really love the opportunity to come in, if possible, and share the benefits of the aloe vera plant with your customers. I then say to them, I then basically give them the reason why their customers might be interested. So if it's a gym, I'll say to them, do you know the benefits of drinking aloe vera? And try and get a little bit of conversation started in that way. What I find is if I'm talking instantly about sharing products, people are very much no, they just don't want anything to do with it. So this is a way that I have found that works for me, that I get more people nodding and saying yes than more people saying no. So you could give that a try, but ultimately, as with everything in this business, it has to come naturally out of your mouth. It has to sound like you. It has to be authentic. You have to say it the way that I'm saying it right now, with a huge smile on your face. You really have to be willing to share the benefits. That's what we're here for at the end of the day. So if you're not currently drinking enough aloe, if you're not feeling the benefits of the products, you won't be able to do that naturally. I can do this. I can go and speak to people about the products anywhere because I feel amazing. I know that using these products has completely changed how I feel. And I'm really, really grateful for that. Therefore, I'm happy to share it. So if that's your energy at the moment and you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I could do this, do it. Just do it anyway, because what you'll find, some people will say no and some people will say yes. And that's just the name of the game. Honestly, more people will say no than will say yes, but that's cool because we're fine with that, aren't we? We're used to sharing the products, sharing the business, and letting go of the outcome. That's the name of the game in network marketing. I read a book years ago called GoPro. It was the first ever network marketing book that I ever read, and I still share it to this day because of what it taught me was that this is just numbers, not to take things personally. When people say no about you coming in to do an aloe bar, they're not saying it about you personally. It just maybe doesn't suit them. Maybe it doesn't interest them. Maybe it's against their company's policy. So either way, you thank them, you smile at them, have a great day, and then you move on. That is really the name of the game. So what is it that you're actually going to need for your aloe bar? is really a 2 to 3 hour time frame within that local business that you're going to be doing your aloe bar in. And I always ask them when they've agreed, oh yeah, that's fine. I say, great, when is a really busy time for you? When is the most people coming through your door? Because there's no point in you doing an aloe bar when there's going to be no one there. You want to be there when it's the busiest time, which I know is scary, you know, especially if it's your first time. You might want to go when it's a little bit quieter. Don't, because it's a waste of time. You want to go when it's a really, really busy time. So you're going to say to this business owner, that's great, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come in. I think that you're going to really love the shots of aloe that I'm going to give you. I think your clients are going to really thrive on it as well. When is a really busy time for me to come in? And they'll give you a time frame. And you can say, great, so your busiest time is, say, midday. I'll come in between 11 and 2. If that's okay with you, all I need is a tiny little space. Now, some of the aloe bars that I've done, the one that was on the previous slide, this is a health food shop that I'm in. It has a bigger space. They give me a table. When I do the one at the local gym, they don't have tables because it's a gym. Why would they? What I do is I set my aloe bar up on one of the big speakers in the gym. So it's just, you know, the speaker, people can come over. It's just a kind of a communal area where people are going to be mingling. They're coming in and out of class. It's where you're going to be able to catch people and say hello and just basically say to them, would you like to try a little shot of aloe? And I always make sure, this is the most important thing, is that you have a questionnaire with you so that you're able to collect people's data. For me, in the past, what I've done is, you know, would you like to try a little shot of aloe? Oh, yeah, it's nice. Oh, here's my card. You know, you can order on here and let people walk away, and they don't order. Now, again, I don't take that personally because there's lots of things that I see on a daily basis that I would love to buy, but I forget. And that is reality. People are really, really busy. So unless people purchase there and then, I need their details to make sure that I can do my job and follow up with them. I actually take my questionnaires now, because I'm good at this, on a clipboard. So I have 3 or 4 clipboards with me. I have my questionnaires on them. And that's really just to make it simple. I've done this many times before where I've given people, you know, a piece of paper and they don't have a pen and I don't have a pen and they've got nowhere to lean and it's really inconvenient. So make sure when you are going out there to do your job and share the benefits of the aloe, that you're making things as convenient for people as possible. Have pens, have clipboards that people, 2, 3, 4 people can be filling in your questionnaires at a time. Now, my questionnaires have been around for a long, long time. I'm with the QLS group, so it's just a questionnaire that basically asks their name, their email, their phone number, and a little bit of personal information about them. So the questions that are on it, for those of you who don't have a questionnaire, it's very easy to make one up. Some of the questions that are on it are, have you used aloe vera products before? Did you know that you could drink aloe vera? Do you know the benefits of aloe vera products? So just a couple, not too many. The 4th question is the most important one, and that is, would you like to earn an extra income around what you're currently doing? That is my #1 question. I always want people to tick that box. Of course I do. Because remember, yes, I'm there to share the benefits of the products that make me feel great, but ultimately I'm there to feed into my business. I'm looking for new people to work with. And this is a really great way to get out there because, again, it shows that anyone can do it. When it comes to the questionnaires, huge top tip with this, don't just take them off the person and say, thank you. Read the questionnaire and make sure that you can read their writing. There has been so many times, and I know this is such a simple thing, but there's been so many times when I have been at an event, collected people's data, and they've written their name and their email and their mobile number and they've filled in all the questions, but I can't read the writing. Now that's a huge opportunity because I'm never going to be able to contact them. I can't find them. I can't find them again. I can't read their writing. And in fact, this is soul destroying. I've had people in the past before who have ticked, yes, I'm interested in finding out about the business. And I can't contact them because I didn't check that I could read their writing. So as soon as someone hands me back the clipboard, I quickly run through their name, their phone number, I read it back out to them, I read their email back out to them. And if I can't read their writing, now this is maybe 7 times out of 10, by the way, that I can't read it. So it shows you that you have to write it down in your own writing. If they have ticked the box that says, yes, I'd like to know a little bit about your business, I speak to them there and then about it. I don't say, oh great, you know, I'll keep them for later. I say, oh, that's great that you've ticked a box about the business. What do you do? So again, it's about getting used to asking those questions. So they might say, oh, well, I'm on maternity leave, or I work shifts, whatever it may be. You never know what they're going to say, but you need to know what your next answer will be. So what do you do? Oh, I do this. Or I would then say, I would love to show you how this could work around your shifts or your children or whatever it may be. Along this list here, it says your diary, which you must have with you, because what I want you to do is, when that person says to you, yeah, I'd like to know a little bit more about it, you're going to say to them, I'd love to show you. Do you have time this week for a coffee? Let's put it in the diary just now. For me, that's the most effective way of going out doing aloe bars to sell product, but actually coming home with one-to-ones. I've actually even had a lady in the last 3 weeks join at my aloe bar. She actually stood there and filled in the application form on my phone because she was so interested. Now, can you imagine if I hadn't have done my aloe bar that day? Can you imagine how good it feels to go out and do something like this and come home with a new team member? I mean, there's nothing else like it. And I can feel my own energy getting excited talking about this, because it's just the best thing. You know, it's such a great way of getting out there. It won't happen every time, but it could happen the next time, and that's what keeps me going. Some of the things that you will need in preparation for going to your aloe bar, the little plastic shot cups that you can see on the previous screen. Now, you're not going to give someone a full shot of aloe. As I say, it's just a little taste. You're going to take along your aloe that's chilled. Try and keep it as chilled as you can. Yes, you're going to have your business cards because it's great to be able to give someone away, but ultimately you want to collect their data. I always have product brochures with me. What I used to do 6 months ago was give out the brochures. I don't do that anymore because, one, they're expensive. You know, it could end up to be a huge expense every month just to give out, and people might put them in the bin. That's what people do. So now I only give out a brochure to someone who buys a product from me. And what I also give them is a couple of extra little sample sachets as a thank you. You're going to need some stock. Now, if you're brand new to the business and you're watching this and you think, I can't afford stock, then don't have it, that's fine. But if you can afford to buy litres of aloe, take them with you 100%. As I say, I normally take between 9 and 12 litres of aloe to each one. I very rarely come home with any because it's my job. You know, I'm going there to sell it. I'm not going there to show it. I'm going there to sell it. And if you are going to buy litres of aloe to take with you, please buy the tri-pack because you're going to get slightly more case credits rather than just buying all of your aloe vera separately. And what I normally do is maybe buy 4 mixed tri-packs, and then I just split them up, put them on the table, and as people want to buy them, I'll sell them. I also take some seasonal products with me. What that means is, at the moment with my aloe bars, I also have the sun cream and the aloe first spray because I use it as an after sun. I always have a little box of aloe lips on my table because you'll be amazed at the amount of people in this world who have tried aloe lips and want another one. And it's a great way to get that sale, to get their data, to get that relationship building. Never underestimate the power of that aloe lips because it is incredible. People can use it for absolutely everything. I always have the Forever brown paper bags, if you guys have them. I have a cash float with me, so I always make sure that I've got enough cash to be able to give people change. But I also have a card machine, which is called iZettle, which you can buy on Amazon. They're very, very cheap. And it basically means that if someone doesn't have cash, they can't just walk away and say, I don't have any cash. I can say, well, I've got a card machine and I'm ready to take the payment from them there and then. I also take the shot glasses with me. I don't display them, but what I'll do is when someone buys a litre of aloe or 2 or 3 litres of aloe, whatever it may be, I always give them a shot glass as a thank you. The reason I've done this is because I did an experiment for a while where I didn't give them the glass, and these customers weren't as good at coming back for more aloe. What I found is if someone has a glass in their cupboard, they remember to come back and take their aloe. It becomes part of their life, I guess. Now that sounds strange, but it works. So I always make sure I've got aloe glasses with me, samples for people who have bought. And the biggest thing that you're going to need for your aloe bar is some courage and, of course, a smile. You will be amazed at the people. You can't judge anyone when it comes to buying aloe vera. You know, isn't one set type of person. As long as you're smiling and you're connecting with people, you're in with a chance. And when it comes to nailing your aloe bars, my top tips are do not sit down. Because what you're saying to people is, if you're sitting down behind your bar, is you're basically saying to people, I think, I can't be bothered to stand up and talk to you. There's been so many occasions when I've done aloe bars in events where there's been other kind of stall holders, and I see people sitting down and I want to go over and say to them, stand up, you know, stand up, raise your energy. You're there to be that shining light for people. Now, I'm not always this energized and excited, but when I'm doing my job, I am, because it's my job. So you must remember that. If you're feeling, you know, exhausted and tired, that doesn't mean don't go. It means raise your energy. So I'm really, really big on exercise, yoga, taking as many supplements as your body needs, drinking as much aloe as your body needs to raise your vibration, because what you'll find is that people are buying you. People are buying your energy. People always say to me, if I drink that, will I be like you? And I say, yes, you will, 100%. Because it's true, you know, they are going to feel better. So always make sure that you're standing up and you are ready to speak to people. I always stand with my aloe bottle in my hand and a shot glass in the other. What I used to do was have my aloe vera all poured out on the table, and then I realized, would I want to drink aloe vera, or would I want to try a sample of something that could possibly have been sitting on a table for, you know, an hour? No, I wouldn't. I would want to try it fresh. So I always stand with the bottle and an empty shot glass in one hand. And it's very simple, but I say to every single person that passes me, would you like to try a little shot of aloe? Ladies, would you like to try a little shot of aloe while you're shopping? Have you ever tried a little shot of aloe? That, you know, I call it liquid gold. I always say to people, would you like a little shot of liquid gold to start your day? Because it's liquid gold. It has everything that we need to support our bodies. And people don't know that. So people don't know the benefits of aloe. So it's our job to make sure that we're giving them the opportunity to try it. And as I've mentioned before, they don't get a full shot. It's a tiny little taste of the aloe. And I always offer them the plain gel first. Now, the reason for that is I believe it's the best gel. That's the one that I drink. It's 99.7% pure aloe. But the reason I ask the public to try it first is because it's always an icebreaker. It's hilarious, isn't it? When people try it for the first time, they're going to love it or they're going to hate it. And what I find is if you can get people laughing and saying, oh, how can you drink that? What I'll then say is, okay, we've done the first one. Let's try the next one. Try the berry one. They'll take a shot of the berry and go, oh, you know, that's okay. I could maybe try that. And I'll say, we'll try this one and the peach one. Now, everyone loves the peach aloe. I've never met anyone who says, oh no, I prefer the plain one. Everyone loves the peach one. So as soon as I get people nodding and saying, oh yeah, that's okay, basically I see that as a win. That's your job in network marketing, is to get people nodding and saying yes. So what I do then is I say to them, did you know that you could drink aloe? Or I'll ask them the question, do you know the benefits of drinking aloe? Now, the reason I ask that is because I'm not an expert in this field by any means. I know a few key things. I don't want to learn to be an expert in aloe vera because it's not my job and it's not your job either. We need to know the few key selling points. But your customer, this person in front of you, might know lots about it. So they're either going to say, no, I don't know anything about it, or yes, I know this, that. And what you're doing is you're creating relationships, you're starting conversations. You have managed to get someone to stop walking past you and stand and talk to you. And that's, you want to keep them there as long as you can. If someone comes back to me and says, no, I don't know the benefits of aloe, I'll say to them, because I want to relate to them, I'll say, well, neither did I. Until 6 years ago when I started to drink it every single day, what I find is that it brings my body back into balance. And that's it. Really, that is my unique selling point. I find that it brings my body back into balance. And most people are out of balance. So they'll say, oh, right, okay, so things like my skin, if my skin's out of balance, and I basically sell the benefits in that way. It's as simple as that. So don't try and over explain. Don't try and be too scientific about it, because I find that a lot of people are happy just to know that it's going to give them a good burst of everything that their body needs to be in balance. And what I then try and say to them is, do you think you could take a little shot of that every morning? Would you be willing to try a little shot of that every morning? And then I'll explain to them, if you buy 1 litre, here's how much it is per day to drink aloe. And I'm trying to find what's affordable for them. I know a lot of people try and sell 3 litres at once. And for me, I'm happy for someone to be able to afford 1 litre per month every single month of the year, rather than me trying to overstretch them. So I'm really being personal with them. And I'm not afraid now to ask the question, would you like to try it for 30 days if that's your money back guarantee? In the UK, ours is 60 days, and see if you can feel the benefits for yourself. That's it. That's all I say. If someone buys, great. They get their aloe, they get their shot glass, they get their brochure, their samples, they filled in their questionnaire, they've got my details in the bag, but I always ask them before they walk away if they wouldn't mind following me on social media as well. Now, the reason for that is that a lot of people think that you can sell products on social media. Over the 6 years in business, I am on social media every day, but I rarely sell products that way, because people forget, don't they? As I said, it's nothing personal, just people are just busy. But I use my social media as that kind of show and tell. So I want that person to see me every single day, waking up, feeling great, trying my best, being positive, being a little bit of, inspiration, hopefully, in people's lives, because that's your job on social media. And what you'll find is you'll be able to build relationships with them in that way. And really that is what it's all about, is trying to make sure that you are building relationships with people as much as you possibly can. Now, when it comes to the follow-up, when it comes to looking at what to say to people when you've got their data, how to follow up with them, is what I'll say to them is I'll contact them that evening. So every single person who leaves their details with me, I'll contact them that night and say, hi Sandy, it was great to meet you today. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Nat. And then in brackets, I'll put the aloe vera lady. I don't mind being called that, because I need to make sure that they know who they're talking to, who has contacted them to say, I hope you're having a great day. I will then, if it's someone who has purchased, I'll then go back to them and say the next day, first day on the aloe, have you had your shot today? What did you think? What are you up to today? Always asking them those types of questions. So yeah, the fortune's always in the follow-up. I hope that has inspired you to try an aloe bar. Obviously be consistent with them. That's the most important thing. If the first one doesn't work out, try again. If that one doesn't work out, try again. You will find your own way. Now, the only other thing that I was going to talk to you about today was trial customers. Now, we're very lucky that Forever are producing new products for us, state-of-the-art, products all the time. And this is something that I've done every time a new product launches. Because I've been in the business a while, I use this trial customer message. You can take a little picture of it, you can reword it into a way that suits you. But this month and last month, I've been focusing on the super greens. Of course, I'm not trialing it because I use it every single day, so it's not really a trial, but I'm introducing it to people in this way. So this is a message that I copy and paste, change a little bit at the top. And again, this is what my team are doing. This is how I'm training my team to find new customers who are actually buying products. They're not trialing them, they're buying them. So I'll say, hi Sarah, how are you? You look like you've had a great holiday, always building a little bit of chat with them at the beginning. Listen, I hope you don't mind me messaging you privately. I'm trialing a new product that's launched this year. And I thought it would be right up your street. It's called Super Greens, or it's called Infinite by Forever, or it's called whatever the product is that you might choose in this month. So I change this up as I go every single month. Each sachet contains 20 fruit and veg, vitamin C, that will help to keep your body working at its peak. And then I'm basically selling the benefits of how easy this product is to use. So you can add a sachet to your water. You can also add it into soups, casseroles, pasta sauces. It's a perfect way of hiding lots of vitamins and minerals from your kids in their meals. Now, I obviously would only send that to someone who had kids. I would take that part out if they didn't have kids. You can mix them in your milkshakes, your smoothies, and they're actually really delicious, like a lot of other supplements. Imagine eating this in one day. Now, on my social media over the last couple of weeks, I've been posting questions like, how many of you can say that you can eat 20 fruit and vegetables per day? Only very, very few people come back saying, yes, I do. Most people have come back saying, no, 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 no. And then I've been contacting them with this message. So imagine if you could eat all of these vegetables, fruit and vegetables in one day, you would feel amazing. The good thing is about this sachet is that it breaks down. Again, I always break it down per day, what it's going to cost them. Imagine eating 20 fruit and vegetables for just over £1 or $1 per day. I always then end it with a little personal statement. It's been a big hit in our house since it launched. Let me know if you'd be interested in trying it with me. You get your money back if you don't like it. And then I'll say, I'm doing a special today, £30 for 30, £35 for 30 sachets, giving them a small discount. So this is just a couple of pounds. It's about £3 off. So it's making people feel special. You've sent them a personal message. You can do it via text. You could do this via voice note, voice message. You could call them. If you take it, I'm happy to throw in some other samples that I'll think you like as well. Some people will say no, some people will say yes, but this is a great way to get yourself and your team finding new customers that are going to love the products, possibly join the business, and possibly give you as a referral out to other people. So please, please let me know how you get on with this, guys. I'm really excited to hear how you get on with your aloe bars, how you're deciding to mix things up this month. You've got a great, great goal in front of you in terms of Ego Manager. There's so much that can be done. I'm very lucky to have been taken advantage of the Forever Marketing Plan for the last 6 years. You know, I've been able to do all of the amazing things. My car's paid for. I've been on the most amazing trips, Ego Managers, Chairman's Bonus, all of these things by doing these small and what can seem quite insignificant activities consistently. I just don't miss a day of doing them because it's my job. And I think when you treat your business like that, it becomes so exciting and the opportunities are limitless. Please believe me when I say that. I wake up every day thinking it's limitless. What can I do? But if you find that focus, I think that will really, really help you to focus every single month. The biggest thing that I would say when it comes to your business is to stay agile. You know, it won't always go your way. That's life. Life doesn't always go your way, but we have to stay agile, be ready to roll with the punches. If things aren't going as quickly as you would like them to just now, do more. That really is the only thing. If your team are not doing as much as you would like them to just now, you do more. Because when you do more, you'll meet a whole new team anyway, and the current team that you have will be inspired by your activities. Always, always, always lead from the front. As I mentioned earlier on, using your social media, but never expecting to sell things from it. That doesn't mean neglect your social media. I'm always on social media. I post 3, 4, 5 times per day across my social media platform. But that really, I don't expect anything from it because what I'm doing behind the scenes is I'm out actually contacting face-to-face with real people, sharing my energy and sharing my love, my passion. And ultimately that is what people are buying into. People aren't buying into Forever. A lot of people don't know anything about Forever Living products. What they're buying into is you. You know, they're buying what you've brought to the table. They're buying how you have made them feel. And I think that there's no other better way than getting out there, get out of your house, get in front of people, being the best version of yourself. And I promise you that you'll never ever regret doing these things. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that that has been of use to you. Good luck, work your business. One thing I will say, if you're going to do your aloe bars, if you have children, take them with you, because they will be better at it than you are. I always take my youngest daughter, Rosa, because she is my why. If you go to these things and you're a little bit nervous, or if you're a little bit nervous about sending these messages even, think about your why, because when you think about that reason that you are doing this, everything else becomes easy.